Welcome to our Woman in Blossom episode 3. And today I have Ashten with me, and she is a naturopathic doctor. And she just told me that she is also the educator for Healthy Planet. I'm so happy that you're here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes.
No, it's gonna be good. We're gonna make some pretty flowers and have good chats.
Yes, and when I asked Ashten about her favorite colors, and she gave me a whole spectrum of rainbow colors, I was like, oh. And so in the end, so she wanted to make something represent sunset.
Yeah,
Yes.
sunset colors are basically my favorite colors, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
Anything in the reds, orange, yellow, pinky, just happy, warmth, and summer's my favorite season,
Yes.
and hopefully this prompts it to come a little bit faster.
Yes, that's awesome. So today, we have some variation of the varieties. This is a garden rose variety. This is called Expression. So right now it's very fresh and it's still pretty tight, but as we design, I hope it will start opening.
Yep.
And this is the yellow astramaria. It's a flower that I usually use as a filler. But it has a really nice kind of like a wildflower vibe.
Yeah.
And they last forever. Like usually when you get a bouquet, usually they are the ones who will disappoint you the last.
The last to fall.
Yes, and these are spray roses. So I love these baby kind of red roses, and they individually they will open more, and also they just also kind of create this vibe of like wild and natural look.
They're pretty.
Yes, and then this is our main character today.
The tulip?
This is an orange tulip. However, it's called double tulips.
Okay.
So sometimes people call them as peony tulips. So because they have more than double the amount of regular tulip, and so when they open up, it's very
Very
pretty.
full. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
And this is called, well, it's a type of chrysanthemum. I really like this shade. It's called salmon shade. So it's very soft and pastel color. So we're all going to put it in here and then see what we can make today.
That sounds great.
All right. So first of all, I will have you put these chrysanthemums in. So usually, because we're designing the flowers in the bowl. So usually I wanted to, I already made the grit for the bowl so that the flowers won't fall over once we put in, because it's a white opening. And I already put the flower food in there too. So don't forget, always put your flower food in there. And so I would have you to put these in, I would say pretty fair, short, close to the opening.
Close to the opening, okay.
Yeah. Like that.
Okay.
So I'll give you a couple.
And is it always better to leave it after or before or after the
It
nut?
doesn't matter, but when you cut it, it's always better to cut it on an angle. So you have a lot of surface level area to suck up the water.
Gotcha.
Even shorter.
Even
kinda like
shorter.
this. Yes, because these are going to be in the bottom.
She's the expert, guys. I just fix people.
Yeah, well, I knew Ashten because she was my client a year ago. Has it been almost a year now?
Almost a year, yeah. We got married in, oh my gosh. We got married in August.
Yes.
October almost came out. We did
Yes,
not.
and she found me, have me to do her wedding flowers, and she also ordered the all the bridesmaid dresses from us too.
Yeah, we got lots of compliments.
Yes.
It was gorgeous, beautiful day. I'm not just saying that because it was our day.
No, you
It was
look
perfect.
stunning.
It was perfect.
And everything looks so very beautiful. And I will attach a little photo for you guys to see later. Okay, now we're gonna put this Expression roses in them. So usually when you make arrangement, I usually wanted to, I forgot the, I'm back.
We're back.
Let's put this in so that we can rotate, so like this.
Okay.
Yeah? And so my final goal, or our final goal, is to have some structure of the flowers coming up. So usually I try to avoid symmetry.
Yeah.
So it just looks more natural. And we can use the roses
Okay.
Make sure you also put them fairly low as well. And then
Low
if
as
you
well?
see, put the roses are pretty low, close to this as well.
Okay.
So
Like you think like cutting it right here would be okay?
maybe around here, just slightly longer than those.
Okay.
Yeah. You see how pretty they are. I know some of the florists will flex them, will like pull the petal back and make them look bigger. I personally don't like to do that for if you design this for your own a house or even for wedding, because once you pull the petal back, they kind of very easy to get bruised and they don't last as long.
Gotcha.
So I just let them naturally open up themselves eventually and they will look very nice.
Okay. I see some people that spin them.
Yes,
What are your
you
thoughts
can.
on spinning
Yes,
them?
spinning them is good. It's just this variety, because they are still pretty tight. Usually you can only spin them when they are a little bit of more mature. So they're already kind of open up and then you can spin them.
Okay.
But like I said, this one, it just, I love the way how it is. It's like layered and
Yeah, it's beautiful.
not every rose has to be wide open. You just enjoy every stage of their blooming.
Roses are one of my favorite flowers.
Yeah, that's why I have mine too. That's why I have my shop called Rose.
That makes sense.
Yes. All right. So make sure we all stack them in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see our arrangement already start getting a little full.
coming.
Yes. So let's put this in. Just put it anywhere that you see there's a empty spot. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yes, very good.
It's coming together.
Yes, of course. Okay, let's put this. And then when you put the arrangement in as well, try to, oh, sorry, if you don't mind, I'm going to cut this a little shorter.
Do what you got to do. You're the expert.
There you go. Okay, I'll let you put this maybe over here.
Yep.
Stunning.
A little spot.
Yes, nice. Okay, now we
It's
have
coming
these.
together.
Yeah, now we have these red, very vibrant spray roses that we're gonna make them a little taller if you can.
I already didn't.
That's okay, but we have an empty spot here. You can.
And they
just
have
put it-
thorns.
Yeah,
Just letting you know.
Yeah,
Just letting
be
you
careful.
know.
Do you need gloves?
Nope, I'm
Yeah,
okay.
you're okay.
Tough.
There we go. So we're gonna put one over there, and then just feel free to put wherever you like.
Yeah, don't forget roses have thorns. Taller? Okay.
So maybe one over here, I would say. Make it kind of like spreading out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And
Like so delicate.
yeah. Maybe I'll put this one just standing tall, like that. Hey,
Yep.
do you like that?
It's pretty.
I'm gonna cut some of these leaves. I'm not a big fan of the leaves is stealing the show. Okay.
Looks like that one might need to be a little shorter. Or no.
We just need something to keep it stay up,
Mm-hmm.
which is okay. Once they start getting more crowded, they will support each other. Okay, so now let's put our main carrot in.
Okay.
These double
So springy
tulips.
and gorgeous.
Yes, they're very nice. Like spring, you have to have tulips. Go. Maybe take that leaves off.
Take the leaf off?
Hmm.
Okay. Stunning.
Okay, maybe make just slightly short. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Okay, it's coming together. What do you think?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Gorgeous sunset colors. It's exactly what I love. Put one. Ugh. Thorns.
I know.
Careful being a florist.
Yeah.
It's danger with every job.
All right. I don't like this one's like, maybe because this one's
It's
too
too
heavy.
tall. I was like, this one seems a little floppy.
Oh, see how like the tulips already open up in our hands,
Yeah.
right? Like see as we design, they're opening up. Sometimes for wedding, I will use foam, like the floral foam, to keep them in place. But personally, I'm not a huge fan of foam. First of all, they're pretty toxic to the environment. And also they're just like, once you put in the foam, they don't suck up water as good, so that they don't last as long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I usually like to use just the water and a little bit of tape for the grit to, because otherwise they don't.
Maybe over here.
Yeah, right here.
Something.
Yeah. Have a pop-up red.
Beautiful.
Yes. Okay, so now we have these greens. These are one of my favorite greens. They're called Italian ruscas, and you can manipulate them. Sometimes we actually put the wires through them, and you can actually make them in different shape.
Yeah.
And they're very resilient.
This is what I had on my head table.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
you guys.
yeah. Probably because I almost use all Italian ruscas in all the wedding I want to.
Perfect for our Italian wedding.
So usually you can cut them in because we don't need that long.
Yeah.
So you cut them just above the next shoot, kind of.
Okay.
So you have a stem, and then you can take the bottom off if you like, and then you can put it right here.
You're cutting up. Oh, yeah, you take the bottom ones off.
The reason we're taking off the bottom, I don't want any leaves in the water, because once the leaf sits in the water, they will get
moldy.
Yeah, they get the water very dirty quickly, and then you just kind of have to change water all the time. But when you make arrangement like this, it's not easy to change the water all the time, so it's better to.
I'm just shoving them in.
Here maybe because these are like, they are tall, so they're
Yeah.
like shaping. So one thing we wanted to avoid that they look like ears.
It could look like ears.
Yeah, so we try to maybe if you don't mind, I will take this out
go
just
ahead.
a little bit, and then maybe stick them in here. So they extend the shape of the flowers, but not making them look like animal.
Like
Unless
ears?
that's
What we're going for.
Yeah.
It is almost Easter, so
Yeah.
you could go for a bunny.
We could do a bunny,
You
yes.
could do something,
Yes.
depending on what you'd like.
All right. Voila. So this is our arrangement today.
Gorgeous.
What do you think?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, eh?
Love the colors.
Yes.
Favorite colors.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I always leave it to the professionals. She knows what she's doing. She asked me what colors I like, and then that's about it. That's all I had to do with that.
No, you helped me, and you see how the arrangement can be just easily put together, and it's not rocket science. Just practice and be creative.
Yeah. I love that. That's great.
So last year hasn't been a crazy year for you, eh?
Yeah, it was
got married
yeah.
and got your doctor.
Yeah, became a doctor, got married.
Your
practice is booming, which I mean is a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a really eventful year, but I'm so grateful for it.
Awesome. So how has it been, like running the practice, and you're very active on social media and
Yeah, it's been great. It's definitely exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm
well,
not
I
upset
can
by
see
that.
a huge passion through everything you share.
Yeah, absolutely. I love to share the knowledge rather than just hoard it. So I like to put lots of information out there for the general public, and then also to educate my patients so that they can learn something and then go home and maybe teach their family as well, so that we can teach generations
and
to be healthier.
What is your social media account?
Yeah, so it's dr.buck.nd on Instagram, TikTok, everything.
You have to check her out. That's why I really get connected with her, even though she was my customer. But she just keep popping on my feed and telling me all these very helpful tips and on anything that you can, even remedies at home that you can make.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It's quite simple. You just need to have the right information.
So being a naturopathic doctor, how do you feel it's challenging as people like, you know, sometimes people can be rude. It's like, how you're different than a medical doctor. Like, how do you handle with that stereotype?
Yeah, a lot of people also just don't know what naturopathic doctors are, so they don't think that we're real doctors. However, we are a doctor. We have the doctor title and everything as well. And the stereotype is that we're not real doctors, or it's that we're not covered by OHIP, which is a really big challenge for us. A lot of people struggle with that it's not covered by OHIP, but then also it's an opportunity for like private medical care where people aren't handcuffed by the system, where they can maybe test other things that they wanted to test, but their medical practitioner can't. Because I also have a lot of medical doctor friends, so I kind of stick up for them because a lot of people think we're like war against each other, but that's not the case. It's not the case.
Because honestly, like you should really have both in your life.
Absolutely.
Because medical doctor might give you certain tests and give you to, you know, CT scan, X-ray, whatever, and then find out what's wrong. But then if you can use something natural supplement or even natural ingredients to fix your problem or changing your lifestyle with the instruction of a medical naturopathic doctor, and why would you go with chemicals that you build up all the the problem with it?
We're about prevention. Right. And I also like to say that medical doctors are trained in emergency and crisis. And we are not, because like if what we are trained to identify the red flags and know when to refer for that. But it's like if somebody gets hit by a car, I do not want them to come see me, right? Please go to your medical doctor. And then also medical doctors do care. A lot of people think that they don't care. They're also like sanctioned by time because I see so many patients in a day. It's hard to give care in like 4 minutes. Whereas naturopathic doctors take the time and we sit, like my initial consults are 75 minutes with a person. I literally learn everything about you and think of if there's anything that connects the pieces that you might have all these symptoms, but it actually boils down to one particular reason why.
So would you say naturopathic doctor will be a perfect fit to keep you healthy, and a medical doctor will help you to fix the problem that you might already have?
For sure, for sure. We're about prevention, right? So it's like, say you got diagnosed from a condition from your medical doctor. It's like, okay, well, you can come talk to us. We can talk about diet, lifestyle, and also supplement interventions to help keep your body healthy and function as well, right? It's not only about pharmaceuticals, and I don't want to put that medical doctors are only in a pharmaceutical bubble, because there are some really great ones that are also like holistic and stuff. However, a lot of it is there's a pill for every ill, right? And it doesn't have to be the case.
Okay, so since we have Ashten today, I'm going to take advantage of that. So I want you to tell me what is absolutely baloney things that you should definitely don't waste your money on.
A big one, I think, is the skinny teas. So many people are on these laxative teas because they think that it makes them skinny. It makes you poop, and then you lose weight because you're literally getting everything out of your body. However, a lot of these skinny teas contain like senna or cascara, which are stimulating laxative, and stimulating laxatives create dependency. So if you use them for like a longer than a week per se, your body could become dependent on it, and then now you need that to go poop. And if you don't go poop, what do? You gain weight.
And you get stuck. And and I found if you rely on laxative, you are very easy to get dehydrated, right? Like there's other problems come with, you know, that medicine. It's just not good. Like if you have a really bad time that you need to get relief, once the time that it's okay, but you should not rely on that for losing your weight. For sure.
Like I tell a lot of my patients, like that should be our last resort option, that if I can't get you to poop with everything else that we do, then I have to get it out of you, and then we can kind of start from there. However, it's like if you're using that to lose weight,
no.
Skinny teas, baloney.
Okay, so let's talk about something that you absolutely recommend to use for fixing something that, you know, is hard for us.
Yeah, well, you talked about babies before, like before we jumped on here, and you talked about colic. And one of the things that I really like for colic is actually fennel tea. And believe that or not, people are like, "Oh, how am I going to get a baby to have fennel tea?" Right? If the mom drinks the fennel tea and it expresses through the breast milk, that'll help mom with gas and bloating.
Oh, wow!
But then also the baby, because with colic, it's basically like little trapped air bubbles in the baby's belly.
They can burp up or
it's like they cry because it's painful, and it helps break up gas and bloating. It's called a carminative herb.
Okay.
And fennel's great for mom and baby.
Okay.
Another thing is that breast milk is one way, but also if you bottle feed a baby, you can boil the tea, let it cool, and then add it
with the
into the breast milk, or into the formula.
Would that work for adults too if I feel bloated or anything?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like you don't need to be a mama. It can be anybody. Yeah. Fennel tea can be really helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, see? You need her. Go check out her Instagram. She shared all these tips on her social media.
Yeah.
So you've shared that it was a little difficult for you to kind of go through your whole medical school and you had to retake grade 12, right? That was...
very humbling experience. Yes.
I see.
Yeah, so my whole route is kind of windy, you might say. So I didn't really care too much during high school. I cared about the parties. I'm a completely different person now. Cared about the parties, and then I was misled in high school, unfortunately. So I was told that if I took all college level courses that I could go to college and then use those credits to then apply to university.
Okay.
So I did that and I went to college and went to apply to university and I said, no, it doesn't count. You need to completely redo grade 12 to apply to university.
Because the grade wasn't high enough.
Because it wasn't the right kind of credit. So, you know, there's college and then there's university
for medical
credit.
school be different, right?
You need the university credit. So I had to completely redo grade 12 and the university credits. And I did that online over the course of 2 years. It was very humbling. But that just kind of says that no matter where you want to go, time's going to pass. So you may as well do the hard thing and get to where you want to be. Did the 2 years and got my grade 12. And then I went to university. I thought I was going to be a dietitian. Until my very last year. I decided I didn't want to be a dietitian anymore because I needed a bigger scope of practice. I didn't like that I couldn't tell somebody they had diabetes. I didn't like that I couldn't do anything really about it other than...
you had more to offer.
Well, I didn't even know what naturopathic medicine was, actually.
Until you got into it.
So one day, the person from the school came to the career fair, and I spent an hour and a half talking to them. And I decided on that spot, I was like, that's what I want to do. And everybody was shocked. They're like 4 more years of school. And I thought I was crazy too, but I was like, time's going to pass. As I want to do. And I actually got a little bit of backlash. People didn't think that I'd be successful. People didn't know what naturopathic medicine was, like I said before.
People are just misunderstand. It's like, oh, do something serious, right?
They didn't.
This is serious.
They didn't know what it was.
Yes.
Now that I'm doing it, and I think that they see what I provide for my patients. They're like, wow, she's a doctor.
Exactly.
She's actually a doctor. So I have a lot of people that come to me from my family or anything to ask my advice.
That's awesome.
So it's so yes, there was a little bit of hesitancy in the beginning because they didn't know what it was. Once they saw all the things that I do, I think that kind of won them over.
I know.
Yeah,
because I think it just people are lacking of the knowledge and understanding of naturopathic is. But make sure you go on her website and go on her social media, and you will learn a lot. And
absolutely.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. It's been a long road. I'm very proud of myself too.
So you've been having your practice for over a year now? So how does it feel to be like a business owner?
So I'm very thrilled about my practice. It's been going fantastic, which I'm really grateful for.
That's awesome.
I'm currently at a clinic called Spine and Joint Associates, so it's like a whole multidisciplinary clinic. And I literally couldn't do it without reception or anything like that. Like, they are the glue to the operation. And it just makes everything so seamless and like
so
organized.
They come in, help you set up and everything?
So it's a business that I work at. So it's like not my own personal clinic. It's their clinic currently. And they make it so easy to thrive. They really do. It's a whole team-based thing. So
good.
but building my own practice, I basically started to do that when I was in school because I was on social media. And then as soon as I became a licensed doctor, I basically posted, I'm accepting patients, and then they all came, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah. Because I will say, because if the patient's not covered by OHIP, they either go with insurance. Some insurance cover, some insurance don't. Or people just come in because they really like what you do and they believe in you.
Absolutely.
But sometimes based on that, it's hard to recruit clients, right?
It can be, for sure. And that's why I always encourage people who are getting into the field, because it's ultimately like building your own business. Regardless if you work at a clinic or not. Yes, you will have referrals within a clinic that you work at. However, you are your own independent contractor. So getting out there, making social media, providing content that is helpful for patients, that draws people to your page. Like, you need to put out content that's not just like, oh, a selfie of myself. Of course, sometimes that works for people. But if you provide something that draws them back, being like, oh yeah, I know that Dr. Buck made a post about this. Let me go back there. Maybe they know more about this. I'll actually come and see them. That's what's worthwhile for people. So if you are getting into this field, like, provide helpful content. Things that you may not feel like are that exciting and flashy. However, to the average person, it might be totally new and like rock their world.
Yeah, because someone watching it, like, oh, I have this problem. I want to know more, right?
And a thing that I struggle with is that I feel like it's common knowledge for everybody.
I know,
And then I just say things like the fennel, right? And they're just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And I'm just like, okay.
I feel that with flowers too. Sometimes it's like, oh, this and this, and you're like, oh, that looks amazing. I was like, really?
It's just like common knowledge too, right? It just kind of comes, but to the average person or someone that's not in the field, like, it might be totally new for them.
So you are looking for a house.
We're always like,
you've been married 1 year?
Almost a year in August. Yes, came out smoother this time.
And your husband, what does he do?
So my husband, he owns a property management company called Black Key Property Management.
Oh I've heard of it.
You've seen the signs, right? Maybe that's awesome. He'll love to hear it. And then he's also a realtor, so he kind of has like both sides of the coin, which is like awesome.
I see. So he gets the first dip in all the goods.
It definitely helps when you're looking for a house. He can always scan the market for you and see what's going on. It's definitely helpful for sure.
How do you feel like as a newlyweds and running your practice, running your business, and still looking for a house? Do you feel like challenging in this economy?
I'm currently not in a rush, and I think that's what takes all the pressure off, is when you're not in a rush. And then I'm just trying to pay down my debt ultimately as well. So it's like when you go to naturopathic medical school, there's a lot of debt. And with any like healthcare profession, honestly, there's just a lot of debt. So trying to pay it down.
How many years were you were in the whole
for like all of my schooling? I was in school for 9 years, like all of it.
Wow.
Minus the 2 years of high school that I had to redo. So it's a lot of debt. So university and then college and then naturopathic medical school. So just trying to pay down that, which is like going well, which is okay. So hopefully we should be able to buy our dream house probably within like 2 years or so. But currently right now we're not in a huge rush. We're just happy and content and just loving married life.
Yes, for sure. But it's so worth it. I know when I was younger, I actually was really into medical as well. But I didn't take the step because, my mom, I'm not blaming my mom, but she's like, oh, you should go to business because she's a businesswoman. And I'm not I'm not regretting that I took business, but now I'm looking at you as like so young. Like you're probably like, oh my gosh, I went to school for 9 years and I redo my high school for 2 years. But from my perspective, looking at you, like it's like you're so young, you just accomplished so much, right? These 2 years, even though at the moment I'm sure that you will felt like, oh my gosh, this is humiliating and I have to do this. And but looking back, you will see that 2 years means nothing.
Exactly.
And you're probably so glad that you did it, right?
Oh, so glad. And I tell like my siblings and like everybody, I'm like, if you need to do it, then do it, because time's gonna pass. And you'll be happier that you did it in 2 years versus in a spot where maybe you don't want to be, and then you're feeling like, oh, time is going by. I'm getting older. It's like, no, just do it now. There's people even in my class when I was in naturopathic medical school who were like in their 50s. And it's like, there's people who were like graduating when they were 25, which is crazy. And then like people who were just starting when they're 50. It doesn't matter what age that you start. the time will pass, so you may as well do something that you love.
That's great. So something, if you want to say to someone is like looking into starting naturopathic, that route, like what would you say to them?
I'd say you'll probably love it. If you love healthcare and you love helping people, you like getting to the root of the problem and doing investigation work. If you're a nerd like me, you'll probably like it.
Yeah.
It's a really fulfilling career. You just need to be a people person and also love science and want to continuously learn.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm so happy to have you today.
Yes.
We had so much fun making the flower arrangement and had a great chat together.
Yeah.
Can I give you a hug?
Oh my gosh, give me a hug. Yes. Oh my gosh, it was such a great time. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, everyone must check out her Instagram account, which is
Dr. Buck ND. On Instagram, TikTok, all the social platforms.
She updates every day, almost every day, and she's like very informative. Every time when I go home and relax, I just check her account.
There you go.
Yeah, we learn something. Yes.
Yeah, we normalize all health talk on that platform.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Good job.